What does it take to lead one of the world's biggest companies while raising a family, and to do it with grace, purpose, and authenticity? My Life in Full: Work, Family, and Our Future by Indra Nooyi is the remarkable story of a woman who broke barriers, redefined leadership, and inspired a new vision for what success can look like. In this memoir, Indra Nooyi, former CEO of PepsiCo, takes us from her childhood in India to the corner office of one of the world's most powerful corporations. But this isn't just a story about business, it's about balancing ambition with humanity and personal growth with collective responsibility. The first lesson from My Life in Full is that great leaders are shaped by strong foundations. Nooyi was born in Chennai, India, into a conservative yet forward-thinking family. Her parents emphasized education, discipline, and service values that became the bedrock of her leadership. Her mother would often ask her and her sister, "What would you do if you were the Prime Minister?" That question planted the seed of ambition and imagination, the idea that she could lead and make a difference. The second lesson is that courage opens doors. In the 1,970 seconds leaving India to study in the US was rare, especially for young women. Yet Nooyi took that leap, earning a scholarship to Yale School of Management. She arrived with little money, no connections, and a deep determination to prove herself. She often worked overnight shifts as a receptionist to pay bills, studying during the day. That period taught her resilience, adaptability, and humility lessons that shaped her approach to leadership for decades. The third lesson is the power of authenticity. Nooyi often faced cultural and gender barriers in the corporate world. As a woman of colour in predominantly male boardrooms, she stood out, and not always comfortably. But instead of trying to fit in, she learned to lead authentically. She wore her Indian saris to corporate events, brought her cultural values to the table, and made empathy a strength, not a weakness. Her authenticity became her advantage. The fourth lesson is that leadership is service. Nooyi joined PepsiCo in 1994 and rose to CEO in 2006. Her leadership was guided by a philosophy she called performance with purpose. The idea that companies must deliver financial results while improving the world around them. Under her direction, PepsiCo shifted toward healthier products, sustainable packaging, and ethical growth. She believed that doing good and doing well were not opposites, but partners. The fifth lesson is that balance is a constant negotiation. One of the most relatable parts of My Life in Full is Nooyi's honesty about the struggle to balance career and family. She describes the guilt of missing school events, the exhaustion of late-night work calls, and the constant feeling of being pulled in two directions. She doesn't present herself as a superhuman. She admits that balance is messy, imperfect, and often painful. But she also argues that companies and societies can do more to support working families with flexible policies, childcare, and empathy. The sixth lesson is that leadership requires courage to change. As CEO, Nooyi made bold, sometimes unpopular decisions. She restructured PepsiCo to focus on healthier options, invested heavily in research and sustainability, and pushed the company to think long-term. Critics doubted her, but she stayed firm. Her conviction was rooted in data, ethics, and vision qualities that define lasting leadership. The seventh lesson is the importance of teamwork and mentorship. Nooyi emphasizes that success is never individual. It's built on collaboration and trust. She credits her mentors, colleagues, and family for her growth. She also believes in lifting others as you climb, especially women and underrepresented groups. To her, leadership isn't about reaching the top, It's about bringing others up with you. The 8th lesson is humility in power. Despite leading a global company, Nooyi never lost touch with gratitude. She often wrote personal thank you notes to employees, remembered birthdays, and spent time on factory floors. She viewed leadership as a privilege, not entitlement. Her humility made her not just respected, but beloved. The 9th lesson is the importance of long-term vision. Nooyi constantly reminded her team to think in decades, not quarters. She believed that businesses must anticipate societal shifts in health, environment, and equality and adapt before they're forced to. Her long-term thinking positioned PepsiCo as a pioneer in sustainability and innovation. The 10th lesson is about the future of work and society. In the final chapters of My Life in Full, Nooyi calls for a new social contract, one that values both work and family. She advocates for policies that support parental leave, affordable childcare, and flexible workplaces. Her message is clear: societies thrive when they support working families. Empowering women, she argues, is not just a moral imperative, it's an economic necessity. So how do we apply My Life in Full today? First, stay grounded in your values. They are your compass. Second, lead authentically. Your difference is your strength. Third, pursue excellence with purpose, profit, and impact can coexist. Fourth, support others' success multiplies when shared. Fifth, seek balance, not perfection. Life's fullness comes from integrating work and love. Sixth, think long-term, build legacies, not headlines. Seventh, led with empathy, kindness is a strategic advantage. Eighth, take risks. Growth demands discomfort. Ninth, lift as you climb. Your success should open doors for others. And 10th, never stop learning. Becoming a great leader means staying a great student. Modern relevance is clear. Nooyi's story speaks to anyone navigating ambition, identity, and balance in a fast-changing world. She challenges outdated notions of leadership and redefines what power looks like: not domination, but service; not ego, but empathy. Perhaps the most powerful message from My Life in Full is that success is not a solo act. It's a shared journey. Nooyi shows that you can lead boldly and still lead with heart. Her life reminds us that greatness comes not just from climbing ladders, but from building bridges. The big takeaway from My Life in Full is this: work and family are not opposing forces, they are parts of a whole life. The goal is not balance in every moment, but fulfillment over time. By staying true to your values, serving others, and thinking beyond yourself, you can live and lead a life in full. That was My Life in Full by Indra Nooyi, broken down into its most powerful lessons in under 10 minutes. Which lesson resonates most with you? Authenticity in leadership, the courage to take risks, or the quest for balance? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to like this video, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly breakdowns of life-changing books. Thanks for watching, and remember, success is sweetest when it's shared, and leadership is fullest when it serves.